No, you don't need the.
I'm doing this my way. He a legend. 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 Welcome to the league. 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 Welcome to the league. To the league. To the league. To the league. To the league.
Pike on money. Pike on money. Pike on money. We making pike on money. Payday, about to throw a rack on China. Need some DFS advice, where can I find some? League of Items got the sheet with all the lineups and all the stacks that you need to get to diamond. League of Items!
Getting gold, that's the goal. Keep on winning on a roll. Kill for dragons, got soul. Now you got nowhere to go. Teleporting top to bot. Dive your carry on the spot. That's an ace, wreck your base. Wear my crown, we on top.
What's up, everybody? It's Pikel with League of Items, and tomorrow we have a ton of games. It's a full slate Saturday, so this isn't going to be as in-depth as some of the videos I've made recently. I am a little tired. I played golf today, played the best round of my life. I shot a 77. I was 1 over through 12 holes, and then was 5 over through the last 6. I started panicking, but, I got it done. I never broke 80 before, so I'm happy to break 80. I shot under 40 on both nines, which is actually pretty good. I don't know, some people that are watching this probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but big accomplishment for me. I'm very happy. Hopefully we can follow that up with winning some money tonight. So first of all, let's just run through the different matches, and then we can talk about what side we like, and talk about Prizepicks, Underdog, and Draftkings for the LPL LCK slate. So first up, we have EDG against Rare Atom. Obviously, EDG is a huge favorite in this spot because they are a very consistent team. Flandre has a decent advantage in the top lane. I'm not sure who's starting, Jai or Junjia. I haven't been on Twitter for a while. But then Scout, Viper, Mako, all better players than their counterparts. I think that Strive has been interesting, but he's not Scout, so that's that. Then in the second match, we actually have JDG as underdogs against RNG. I don't know what that's about. I know that they're both considered good teams, so it doesn't really bother me or anything like that. But I want JDG in this spot. On DraftKings, JDG is listed as the favorite, I believe, and they're slightly more expensive in most, if not all, of the spots. Yeah, they're the more expensive team. Somebody in Discord said that in 8 of the last 9 games, JDG has had over 20 kills in a win. That's great, obviously. If you want to play the RNG side, the big reason to do it is because JDG is a very bloody team. If RNG is able to win this matchup, they would probably be the highest scoring team on the slate. It's a great slate overall, and from just a League of Legends perspective, it's great matches to watch. So I'll probably wake up around 4, 5, 6 o'clock and try to watch as much of this as I can. Then in the LCK, we have another great matchup, DRX against Live Sandbox. I think that DRX is the better team. They're only a slight favorite on the sports books. On DraftKings, Sandbox is listed as a favorite, so it's a good value spot for DRX on DraftKings. It's tough because it'll most likely end up being a 2-1, one way or the other. So I'm not sure what the DraftKings output is going to look like from DRX, but it's definitely a spot for value, and maybe you can squeeze one player in to get unique, something to consider for sure. Then the last match of the night, and arguably the best match of the night, JDG RNG is a very good match. But I personally am more excited to watch T1 against Gen G. I think Gen G won the matchup earlier this year against T1, and they're a slight favorite over T1. That's pretty surprising to me. I think you should probably want to be on the T1 side. They're obviously both very good teams. If Gen G was the underdog, I'd probably be on Gen G. You're just getting a slight a slight amount of value on T1. And, if you posted this line before the season started, it would most likely be flipped. So there's that. From a DraftKings perspective, let's just do this real quick. Like I said, DRX, EDG, T1, JDG. So you can't fit a lot of these teams together. But if you can't fit EDG and JDG together. But if you just pick one of those, the Chinese teams, and you run an 80 carry captain or a mid captain, you can get T1 or DRX as the other side for your secondary stack. So that's something that's going to be pretty popular tonight. In order to be different, you might want to flip it. By the way, that Damwon Kia match was insane yesterday. I can't believe they ended up losing those first two games. Just shocking outcome. But, good for KT Rolster. It was a good upset. Let's get this up. Let's go to Underdog. And we'll just run through this one by one. So DRX against Sandbox, 5.5. I don't hate the over on that one. Deft and Barrel, 7.5. I think the over on that one's fine too. We're basically trying to project them to win. I don't know what this is going to be like on Prizepicks though, so let's do that. So we have Kingin, Deft 5.5, 5.5, Prince at 6.5 with Kale, so that's probably an under. In the top lane, Kingin over is probably good, so I would say that is probably an over. Rare Atom against EDG, so we don't have Viper, so they must have pulled that. So we have Strive at 4. I don't like that. I'm not going to play either side. That's not I don't think there's much of an edge there. 6 for iBoy and Yuyanjia. Don't love that, but I'm more likely to do that one. I think we can do over for Scout. Then let's do this again. We have EDG against Rare Atom. Flandre, 6.5. I don't really want to play that. Cube, no. Viper, no. iBoy, 3.5. That seems low. That one's interesting to me, but it's unlikely because it requires them to win a game. And I don't think that they will. Let's go to T1 and Genji. So Doran against Zeus. Doran at 4 is interesting. Doran, Gumayusi, and Keria at 7.5. What? So this is a spot where it's better to play Gumayusi and Keria together on Underdog and play the over. Keria is definitely worth 2 kills, 1 or 2 kills. He's an extremely good player. I think Faker over is also a good spot. So I would take a look at that one. Zeus at 6. I don't really want to play that. Gumayusi at 6. I could see taking the over on that one. Doran at 4. There probably is value there, but that's not a spot that I want to attack. T1 puts a decent amount of resources in the top lane. Then Ruler at 6.5. I mean, the question is really, how bloody is that matchup going to be? I think it's going to be bloody. Like, both teams definitely play more calculated when they need to, but I think this is a spot for them to kind of throw haymakers. Then we have JDG against RNG, so that's a great matchup. 369 against Breathe. That seems low. Man, so this is a spot, like, I want to play the overs. I don't want to play this one as much. I like the Breathe over 4.5. If RNG just attacks top lane, that could work out pretty good. Hope at 7 is a pretty good number. I could definitely see the over on that one if you want to put together some kind of correlated play with JDG, both the JDG players. Gala at 7.5. If you think that RNG wins, Gala and Breathe are both easy ones to take. I think that the real question is, if they split the first 2 games, which is the most likely outcome, how often do these guys beat that number? Man, you need it to be really bloody. You need it to basically be like averaging 15 kills per game, per team per game. That's tough. Yagao at 6. Xiaohu at 4.5. That's the best play on the slate, over 4.5 for Xiaohu. Gala and Ming at 10. You could probably justify playing the under on that one if you're thinking it's going to be a JDG win. So that's basically it for the LPL and LCK. Like I said, it's not as in depth as I've been doing recently, but I got to get off my computer soon. So today in the LEC we had Mad Lions beat Fnatic, G2 beat BDS, Vitality upset Excel, Misfits upset Rogue, and SK Gaming upset Astralis, if you can really call it an upset. Tomorrow I like Vitality over G2, Fnatic beating BDS, Excel with the upset over Mad Lions. I think that we're getting to a point where Mad Lions is going to get overrated again. I'm fine betting against them pretty consistently. Rogue against Astralis, I think good bounce back spot for Rogue. And then Misfits against SK Gaming. You know, if you can beat Rogue, you can beat SK Gaming. So I think that's the side that I would want to play. And then in the LCS, we have Cloud9 against FlyQuest. I'll be on Cloud9 there. 100 Thieves against Dignitas. Also with FlyQuest, Jose Diodo is reportedly leaving, I think, to go to the LEC. I don't know if that's like a joke or whatever, but the team that just bought the Misfit spot supposedly made an offer to Jose Diodo. I'm not sure how that works. 100 Thieves against Dignitas. 100 Thieves should win that one. TSM against Team Liquid. Team Liquid should win that one. Golden Guardians against CLG. This is a good underdog spot. I would definitely recommend betting this. Golden Guardians will have River as their jungler for the rest of the season, I think. He was traded. I'm not sure if he's starting or not, but if you can find out whether or not he's definitely starting, if he's in, they win. EG against Immortals, play EG. And that's basically it. You know, sorry I'm not getting more in-depth today. Hopefully you do well on the slate tomorrow, have some extra money, and then we can be a little more in-depth tomorrow, but it's also possible that I won't be home tomorrow, so sorry, not sorry. I got stuff to do. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.